What is happening? How did you guys prepare for Rapture? Did you?
It's gonna be like a thief in the night, and basically thieves don't warn you. Apart from Nigerian thieves, they don't warn you that they are coming, so you don't. As if he's not on this same pod. He said, "I'm not looking for anybody. I'm not trying to be with anybody."
Exactly. Wasn't he avoiding Johannesburg? Wasn't he avoiding Johannesburg because he didn't want to date? They say your life can change in a minute. This is it. Imagine for your birthday, someone brought you a package of magwinya and chocolate.
How can you be in love and be thinking of rapture? Love that just started.
Exactly.
Exactly. And rapture will ruin the love.
All right, Shell.
Let me share a bit of my experience
Just
before
be
we
careful
move on.
what you
Wait, you have a girlfriend now?
How? You don't know?
No, I did not. Nobody told me. I was only gone for a month. Yeah, like that was such a soft launch. It's like my girlfriend mentioned the Rapture thing, and I was like, last time I checked.
It's not a soft launch. Oh. He did not even launch at all. As if it's normal. As if he's not on this same pod. He said, "I'm not looking for anybody. I'm not trying to be with anybody."
Exactly. Wasn't he avoiding Johannesburg? Wasn't he avoiding Johannesburg because he didn't want to date?
Demi,
tell us a bit about your girlfriend then.
Love is blind.
Love is blind. Love is blind. I think one thing I can't say is that
no wonder he cut his hair.
Hello, how's everybody doing? It's been a while. Good to see you guys. I'm obviously Victor.
Hello.
That's D, and then that's B. They all get one letter, unfortunately. And then this is the Thought Culture Podcast. Welcome. Please like and subscribe, obviously, and then we get into the topic of me and not wanting to date, but found the love of my life. So yeah. I've known her for a while.
Wow, the love of my life. Biola, did you hear that?
Demi, do you know why I'm not moved?
Wow.
You know I'm not moved. I've heard him say more. Do you know what he's told me? What? Not he didn't just tell me.
Recently, not about other people. Not about other people. This about this.
This particular girlfriend. He said if he has money now,
what did he say?
Married now.
What is happening? This is quite a drastic change. What is going on?
Do you see why I was
Tell us a bit about your girlfriend.
No, like what do you call it? So I've known her for a long time. We met on Inch, but we didn't date. We met on Inch like I think 2022 or 2021.
Shout out to Hinge. Shout out to Hinge.
Shout out to Hinge, man. Shout out to Hinge. Hinge is the boss. Yeah, 2022. We went on a date back then, but I wasn't ready for that kind of a relationship. And I actually thought, so this time around, right, when I got back to Johannesburg after I moved to, after our recent move, I saw her, she posted something on, I think, TikTok, right? And I commented on it because she was going on a, what's the thing, mod class? Where they use not more clay making, some clay whatever class, right?
Pottery.
And I posted that she was wearing pottery, yes, and she was wearing the particular outfit. I was like, oh, aren't you scared of your outfit getting dirty or whatever, right? So I made her. I didn't say that on her TikTok. I just commented like that. I just left a comment. I left a like on her TikTok and I left it. Then when I saw the same thing on WhatsApp, then I commented like, how are your clothes? So did you have, hopefully they did not, get too dirty from the whole experience. And I wasn't expecting anything from her. I thought she would have been married off by now because that's how amazing she is. So I was just trying to be coming from a true place. And I guess we just started talking from there. And one thing led to another. And your boy is hooked, right? Your boy is a gunner. That's what I'm going to say. Your boy is a gunner. We went on a date. It was great.
Well, they say, when they say your life can change in a minute. This is it. This is
from
it.
From liking a post on TikTok to
I know.
Oh, that's good. See,
anyway, what are we talking about, guys? Please introduce what we're doing.
It's not your fault. not your fault. It's the fact that I'm happy. See, that's what's causing all this nonsense.
I've
Anyway,
even never seen Ayo so calm. Like he's even taking all these things on the chin. He would never do this normally. So
hey man, your
whoever
boy is
the
good.
girl is, shout out to you. Like we will send you chocolates. To be honest, I'll actually make it
Okay,
happen because clearly
I
you
bet
deserve it because
it's
we don't know
next
what's
week.
going
You
on
can send
here.
it to her.
me, I can
I
send
bet it's
Magunya.
next
I can
week.
send Magunya.
Why would you
I
send
bet it's next
Magwinya
week.
when we can send her
I don't know
chocolates?
why.
You send
Yeah.
chocolates. Me, I send Magunya.
Bella, how do
And then
those
we
two
have to
things go together? Imagine for your birthday, someone
ask
brought you a package of
ask.
Magwinya and chocolates.
It will be packed well. See, this was said with love. Why are you guys scrutinizing the love? It's said with love.
Nothing. Send your
Well,
Magwenya. Send your
Bella will be the one
Magwenya.
to go
God
to
will help you.
Lent.
God will help you. Send your Magwenya. Nonsense. Anyways, guys, our topic for today is fake rapture. Obviously, it's not the first time that raptures have happened on Earth. There was the Mayan rapture. There was the
Okay, for
1999
for
rapture. There's a bunch
for
of raptures.
There was a 1999 Rapture. I thought it was
Didn't you
2000.
know the whole?
there
Yeah,
have been
1999 to
many.
2000, the one where the end of is the end of the
Oh,
year. There will never be a 2000 millennium. And then boom, we are here now. Apparently, I'm sure that the year we predict one of the
we're here
raptures very soon.
25 years later.
And we are predicting a new one. It's not even
And
any significant calendar. I'm sure that people should have, you know what they should have predicted? It was during COVID. They should have predicted a rapture during COVID. That would have been more interesting.
no,
People stuck
but
at home going crazy.
there was no rapture. There was no rapture predicted, but it was kind of saying like this is the end of the world.
The end of the world.
There was a
Yeah.
time when it was
Yeah,
saying
that was.
this
This
is the
is
end of
the
the world. Just then. They didn't give it the name
isn't
rapture,
it
but it
funny?
was this is the end.
Isn't it funny? Like when we look back at that time now, it kind of looks like it never almost kind of looked, I don't know, very minuscule in the whole of this. Like, and it's only been like 5 years, and it's almost forgettable that everybody was stuck in the house for and panicking that the end of the world was about to be taken out by a virus that nobody knew how it was spreading.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, it does feel like a while back, but it doesn't feel like it was a short time either. It felt like it was a long time.
Yeah,
it was a while back ago, but it didn't feel like it was just a 1 year or 2 year thing. It felt and still feels like it was a lot longer.
Yeah,
The
I think it
repercussions
was
is still
beyond
being felt.
2020. But anyway, yeah, what have you guys, how did you guys prepare for Rapture? Did you pack up your bags, give out your
I don't even know
clothes?
the date. I did not even know the date. I heard about it and I moved on because, firstly, it was just like, I feel like if rapture is coming, nobody would know. And even the people that would know, or people that might find out, won't tell anybody. It's not going to be a social media trend.
No,
I feel like anything that's a social media trend is not good enough to be a rapture. I feel like if God was planning to come that day and he saw that it's trending on Twitter, he will change his plans. That's all I'm saying.
No,
like God
no.
is not
So
so
wait.
serious. That Twitter is predicting is welcome.
Based on
That's what I'm
scripture,
gonna
right? Because again, this rapture is based on Christian beliefs, right? The scripture says no man knows. Even the angels don't know. It's only God. Like, no one is going to know. In fact, there's a description of it's going to be like a thief in the night. And basically, thieves don't warn you. Or, apart from Nigerian thieves, they don't warn you that they are coming. So you don't.
That's the way we see all this kind of things. Just woke up now and saw this at the front of my house.
That's a good one.
That's the analogy.
You know,
right?
I read about
the
the
Bible says
rapture.
no one will know. Demi's question was, how did you prepare for it, right?
Yeah, how did you guys prepare for Rapture?
So I didn't even know about it also until like a day before. So guys, so the reason why I knew about it was like there's a date. It was between 6th and 7th. Right. So I saw this video on TikTok and it was like the end is I'm like the end is coming and that it will be for some people it will be on the 6th, for some people it will be on the 7th. And they explained it the way that Australia is on one side of the world. Australia is ahead of us now. That's why. So it will happen in Australia first before it will happen.
Time zone.
Like it will happen at the same time.
Wait.
Yes.
This rapture is very
silly.
Do you get? So that's one side I have not heard before. So I was like, of course I know it. I didn't believe in it, but I'm like, let me go down this rabbit hole of this rapture, right? And then there was a Zoom,
Yes.
and the man is on a Zoom. So I don't know if you know the story. It got out because there's this girl who's an intern on KPMG, in KPMG.
Yes.
And then she
Let's
sent
talk
an
about
email.
that.
So she sent an email to everybody just saying, look, the end is near. I can't keep this to myself. The whole world needs to know. That's how it became it. I don't know how she is now because, yeah, man.
Wait. So this whole thing was supposed to be between a couple of what should we call them? Are they a group? Are they
just the man.
a cult? Are they a religious
They're not a group.
organization?
Just
a church. Just a small church. Mr. Prophet.
It's a small church.
Do you get? He didn't spread it out. He wasn't the one the prophet who said, so this is it. He got visited by Jesus. Hey, look, I went down the rabbit hole, my people. So he was visited by Jesus, and Jesus told him the day and explained everything and what's going to happen. And he told his members. KPMG intern happened to be one of his members, and they've been preparing for the end. But then it's not like they were telling people. But she's just like, no, the world needs to know this.
You know what's funny,
this
right?
Is too big for me.
Even Jesus doesn't know when it's coming. Even Jesus doesn't know when the rapture is coming.
Guys, forget about who knows, because I feel like you're reinforcing something that the whole world does not even believe. Like, oh, Jesus doesn't know, the angels don't know. Some people don't even believe in any of this at all.
Exactly,
it's not a matter of who knows. My question is, does this girl still have a job, or the intern? Is it a woman who's the intern?
Yeah, she's a lady. I don't think guys do not tell people this kind of something. They just keep, but anyway, I don't
what do you mean by that?
Yeah, guys will not tell.
But why would she
wants to help people? She has
fired. False information.
No,
causing hysteria.
Well, no, wait. So that email, the email wasn't just rapture is coming. There were other things in there that can put her in trouble. Because at some point she said the Johannesburg office, there's like diabolical powers and it's being controlled by the devil. So if heading the Johannesburg office.
Why Johannesburg office? Why Johannesburg office? Wait. Of all places, I live here. Wait, let's talk about this. I feel like that's more interesting to me. I don't care about the rest of the rapture that did not happen. Which company is this? And which church is this?
Just the Johannesburg office.
The guy might be wrong. The guy might have heard the rapture wrong. Wait. He might have heard the rapture wrong. But the demon might still exist. Let's talk. It's what? What?
KPMG Johannesburg.
KPMG.
Okay.
So
by the way, do we know?
Sends the email.
Do we know if they still have their thing?
Huh?
Do we know if the demons has been taken care of there? Maybe the rapture was for the demon that was in the Johannesburg office. We don't know.
No. So that was just like a side. The main message was there's a rapture, right? And it was just like, I also know that the office, this place, you are also, but your end is near anyway because we're all leaving soon, kind of thing. And she made sure the email went out, which is something that they can also, I guess, maybe possibly fire her, because she made sure the email went to everybody, even outside SA.
Yeah.
She made sure, which is how it blew up.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry.
Right?
This and started in SA.
People.
Yes.
Yeah.
It started in SA. Oh, how come I know about this and you don't?
My guy, I am not in love. Out of the world.
How can you be in love and be thinking of rapture?
Of love that just started. Exactly.
Exactly. And rapture will ruin the love.
Imagine rapture. I was actually talking about imagine rapture ending my love.
Find my one true love.
Wait,
and then 2 weeks.
Wait. Of all the places that raptures could have emerged from, it's here in Johannesburg, South Africa.
It's Johannesburg. Do you know
why?
Why
can't God use Johannesburg?
Please, guys. This is what. Do you know what?
It's fine. Let's
do you know what I think? Yeah,
but it's fine. It could have happened. Sure.
Sure.
So let me tell you.
Do you know what I think?
Yeah, I like this story. Demi, what do you want to say?
I just think, but I read her email because someone had saved screenshots already, and I didn't know what was happening. I read the whole
How
thing.
did
So what
you?
happened was I went on TikTok. I think I can't remember if I was where I was when this was happening, but I went on TikTok and there were all these American women talking about we're preparing for the rapture. If you want my house, you can come and have it. I'm selling it for 10,000. And I was like, oh, maybe this person is just spoofing something. I thought she was joking.
No.
And then you know how TikTok is. You watch one video, the next couple of videos after it's the same thing. And people are like, oh yeah, the rapture, we're preparing. And I was like, wait, what is happening? Because I am not ready for any rapture at this point in time. Like what's going on? And
I'm kind of
then
disappointed in
I
myself.
went on Reddit. And I saw like rapture letter KPMG and it had Johannesburg. And I was like, what? So I opened it and I read the whole thing. So part of the things she said the rapture is coming. The KPMG office is controlled by demons. We
Of
give
course.
our souls to this beast. I think that's the way she put it. Like a beast
Something
You
that
like
mean the
that.
continues to
office?
swallow us up. We don't,
You mean
yes,
the office
like
is going to
within
give
the
us? Okay.
office. Like,
Alright.
yeah, like we're selling our souls to this beast. We don't have
Nah,
time
she's
even for
definitely
family
fired.
or for friends. World War
She's
Three
fired.
is coming.
World War Three is coming. Yeah,
World
there
War
was that
Three
part
is
too.
coming. She wrote all kinds of things.
Wait,
And
how is
do you
World
know
War
what
Three
it made
coming?
me
But then
think
the
of?
rapture is arriving. Like I'm confused.
And because
Never mind.
God is taking his people. Like I
And
mean,
then they
if you
will
want
now.
to
After his
follow
Then
people
there will be
leave,
biblical
the
war.
logic,
suffering will start.
Oh, okay,
exactly.
okay.
It
No,
made me
makes
think
sense.
of.
Makes
Did you
sense.
guys read those books when we were younger? Left Behind. Did you read those books?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Left
yeah.
Behind
No,
series.
Series,
That
yeah.
was
I
all
did not.
I
The
was
one,
like,
the
oh God.
pilot and his daughter. Yeah, I remember.
The pilot disappeared. The co-pilot disappeared. People were raptured in the middle of the night in this book, Ayo, and their clothes were left behind. So if they were driving, they were just taken.
Taking,
Ah,
yeah.
And so accident happened. Like the co-pilot of a plane also got raptured, and then only the pilot was there. So that book traumatized me. But what really stood out to me was I think this girl is under a lot of mental stress at work. That was how I wrote it off. And I know that's
yeah,
not the
no,
most
that's
spiritual
fine.
thing
That's
anyone
fine.
might
The
be
work
looking
one
for.
is fine. But like, I just thought it was interesting how like some people are just so okay. Clearly, the church really deals a lot with demons. So it's like the way she's been throwing beasts and demons around. My church doesn't. My church, there's a recognition of demons, but it's not like we participate every day and talk about how the beasts in our
With the demons?
it's in the office, and the Johannesburg church is the one controlling all of the demons in Johannesburg. It's a lot, but you know what? Shout out to the people that believed it. From Johannesburg, like it takes a lot for something to blow up from
So,
Johannesburg, Africa, to affect a lot of across the world. And you know what? Shout out
so
to her.
Yep.
guys,
At least she did something.
so
She tried
guys,
to save people.
this
I
part I have
think
to
it's
say.
not
So there
that
was a
bad.
watch party. Since Ayo, you don't even
There
know
was a
anything
watch
about it.
party.
So there was a watch party.
My guy,
Yeah,
I'm
like we are
clueless.
waiting.
Where?
So the man who did the prophecy, right, and
Yeah.
many others in America. It was a Zoom, so it was filled with people, and they're all waiting for the rapture, right?
They were waiting to
Maybe they
see each
just
other
didn't.
disappear off
Maybe
the
To
they just
disappear.
train.
didn't
Yeah.
go.
So some are already like stretching their hands. Some are like,
Ah,
how are we? We're gonna go. We're going soon, and then it's past 12, and then he's like, don't worry. And then he's like, in fact, the BBC contacted him. So remember, it was supposed to be a Thursday, between a Wednesday and a Thursday, right? Between Wednesday, Thursday. And the BBC contacted, because again, became a big thing. And then they've scheduled an interview for the 25th, which was a Friday. And he was like, he agreed to it because he knows he won't be here. Right?
So what's
like,
going to happen
he said
now?
he's a billion% sure. He's a billion % sure that it's not going to happen. So because he's not going to be here with that. Some people will be here, sure,
Wait.
of course, but he's not going to be here. So
Sorry, who did he blame the lack of rapturing on? What did he blame the lack of rapturing on? Is it that it became public knowledge
eventually
and
he
then
has
too many
granted
people
an
ask for
interview.
forgiveness?
So we don't waste time. So him personally, he says the thing now is that it's going to happen between the 6th and the 7th of October. That the calendar, the date he was told is the Julian calendar. He's using. We are using the Julian no. We are using the
No,
Gregorian
wait,
calendar.
aren't we using the Gregorian calendar? Yeah.
We are using the Gregorian calendar, but it's based on the Julian calendar. That when Jesus was around, it was the
Why?
Julian calendar. So
I understand.
I'm telling you his own thing now.
No,
That
I
Jesus
understand.
is
Sorry,
so the
Jesus didn't
date he
update his
got
calendars.
was
I feel you.
basically. So it's the Julian calendar.
I feel you.
That's the date. So it's
Wait.
so and the difference between the Julian calendar and the Gregorian calendar is 13 days.
So we are supposed to leave today and tomorrow. Or is it today and tomorrow? When? No, it's tomorrow and Tuesday. Okay, so they are coming back.
Tomorrow and Tuesday, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens if it doesn't
that is
happen then? Is it because
sure.
too many people ask for forgiveness?
Ayo, what are your thoughts on Rapture? Are you prepared for tomorrow, for example, or the
Apparently it's still
7th?
coming. Apparently it's still coming.
Yeah,
And
it's
we ask
coming
for
tomorrow.
I have to check my time zone. Which one? I think we are closer to Australia, right? So it's probably tomorrow for us. I will stay awake to the 12 and to 12 p.m. Ask for forgiveness and then go to sleep and then just see what happens.
So basically, what I understand is Ayo is preparing for the Rapture. Biola, what are you doing?
Ayo is not preparing for nothing. No, Ayo is not selling any of his property. His PlayStation will still be here tomorrow. Ayo is just asking for forgiveness in case he wants. Ayo doesn't want to be arrogant and be like, "Oh no."
Ayo is hedging.
Ayo wants to be
Ayo
prepared
is
for all
hedging.
circumstances. Ayo is edging. Exactly. Ayo is edging his bet. If you like, don't edge and be here for World War 3. And be here for World War 3. So that if somebody asks me, how did you get here? I mean, like, I edged.
Are you going to go and sell your father's house?
You will not even see me on the Zoom. So we're talking about talkless of selling anything. You will not even see me on the Zoom.
No, Biola, what are you doing?
I will
What
sleep
am I
so
doing?
peacefully.
It's a normal day for me. I think the only thing that I may do is maybe after Tuesday I'll go to TikTok and see, because again it's a bit
So you won't
amusing, the
edge.
whole like we are waiting, and then the day after he says, rather than say maybe I got this wrong or maybe I wasn't sure it was Jesus, he said first he questioned, like, Jesus, you told me you are coming and you didn't come, this is on you, kind of thing. And then eventually he got to the conclusion that it's the wrong calendar, that Almighty Lord, God in heaven doesn't know that the calendars have changed. But yeah, so
sorry. And when he questioned Jesus, supposedly, obviously it was they had it in like a questioning room. He told Jesus to sit down and to explain himself. How could you get this rapture?
I don't know about all that detail.
Of course. No. But
yes.
I want to know, during this whole questioning thing, was it Jesus that informed him of the calendar being wrong? Or was it him coming to that realization?
Yes. According to him.
According to him, I see.
According to him,
no, it's okay.
Jesus informed him
no
that the calendar was wrong.
I'm no longer.
That the date is still correct.
I'm no longer edging my bet.
Never changed. We just.
I'm no longer edging my bet.
Calendar. We're using the wrong calendars.
I'm no longer edging my bet.
Yeah.
I am good.
Why?
I'm no longer edging my bet.
Why?
Why? Something about the way he went back to. No. I'm going back now, backwards. Something about the whole. I went to go question Jesus, and Jesus couldn't tell that the calendar has changed while he watches over me, and for me, it's the audacity. Sometimes I would have said, if it was me, I would have said the minute she made it public, that was when the grace for the rapture disappeared. I would have lied like that. This idea that you couldn't tell the difference between a calendar. No. That story just doesn't seem well done to me.
Guys, I grew up in a church where they used to see visions every single week, every single service. And I have come to one conclusion, that a lot of the people who are religious leaders who share these kinds of things are mentally unstable, and they're just taking willing participants with them. Because how
Okay.
do you
And
explain
you
this?
then you are going to foul. You are going to foul.
No, but this is what I will say.
All I'm going to say
This
there.
is what I will say. Okay, Ayo, finish. Yeah.
I'm finished. Oh. They said, "Do my prophet no harm."
Okay.
People are saying mentally deranged.
No. So
I'm
this is what
finished.
I will say. This is for me.
You people
For
don't.
me, at the
You
end,
people don't know how to gamble, ne?
prophets.
Or you people gamble
Wait.
poorly. You people just put all of your chips in
Whether
one place and
prophets,
send it. Hey,
I think when it comes to
whether
God,
prophets,
yeah, Bella,
uh-huh.
go on. Whether prophet,
So
yeah.
whether prophet,
go
whether
on, Biola.
pastor, whether apostle,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, reverend, priest, pope, at the end he's a man first and foremost, and he is fallible. So I think for me, right, is why these things is so rampant and why it catches people is that people are lazy to read the Bible themselves. They are rather getting a person's interpretation of the word. And if it is a person's interpretation, which is, I'm not saying it is bad to get a person's interpretation, but if you know it in yourself, then you can compare. People are not comparing. And then when man's fallibility gets into it, that's where people are now,
Okay.
they don't know what you're doing. Because if you
Okay.
read anything, you will know the rapture is not supposed to be known by anybody. Why is this one so
Biola,
special?
Okay.
Biola.
Let me
Apparently, these people are deranged. Stop it. Let's move on.
let me
Before we start joining
let me
the
share my own. Let me share a bit
association
of
of
my own
the
experience. Let me share.
all right,
Let
share,
me share a bit of my
share.
experience
Just
before
be
we move
careful what
on.
you are sharing here.
So
Mm-hmm.
no, I'm not afraid to share this because I think people who have not grown up in
I
that
don't think you're afraid,
kind of
though. I don't
environment
think you're afraid. The problem here
don't
is
Yeah.
know
inviting us
how
into your
far these
sharing.
things go. No, wait, I will tell you
True.
something.
Ayo,
I will tell you, let me tell you the
true.
story. We used to go to this, so we used to go to what I considered a very normal church. And then there was an issue at the leadership level, and the church sort of broke off. And some people went with, different people, and we ended up with this
Splinter
person.
cells. Yeah.
And I'll just share this little bit where this person was like, he's been given a vision to build a promised land that would be like what Bishop Oyedepo has, which is Canaan land. That's what they call it, right?
Wants to build his dream place. A place
Exactly, his
for.
own dream.
That's the
And God
point.
has given
Yeah.
him the promised land. He knows where this land is, blah, 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 blah. And we are all like the Israelites. I will tell you the
Okay.
decade, I don't know how long we spent in that church, but I'll just estimate it was a decade that we spent there was a very eye-opening experience. So, first of all, we ended up at, I can't remember, his church was somewhere in like one of these very rough parts of Lagos. Right? We ended up there, the
Okay.
building was sinking. We were using their living room. It was one of those like you have this fire of like you're starting off
Small
Christianity. This is the real
beginnings.
deal. Like
But
it's like you compare yourself to like the Pauls, like when they gathered small people, like small numbers together, that sort of thing. And
and there's
then
nothing wrong with
from
that.
there, there's nothing wrong with that. No. From there, he started to share this vision of like, oh, there's a promised land. He had
Yeah.
a cardboard, an A4, no, A3 cardboard. He had drawn what the plan will look like. There's a children's school. There's this, there's that. Like it was like, oh, something to aspire to. And then
Vision. Yes.
we ended up moving from there to this other rented house that was in a whole different part of town. So we end up there. The owner of the house did not believe in God. And we were using and he lived upstairs, and we were using his apartment downstairs for church. So in the middle of the
Okay.
night, during night vigil, and by the way, night vigil was every Friday without fail. Like it wasn't once a month, it was every single week. Friday, you would start at 12 midnight, and sometimes it went on until 5 a.m. Okay? And it
That's
included
that's a lot.
the kids. It included the kids. But I want you guys to listen to this part. So the guy upstairs not believing God, I think he was also raised a Muslim, right? So when we
Okay.
would be clapping downstairs under his house in the
At
middle of the night,
night.
he would come
Yeah.
down screaming and literally chase
Of
all of us
course.
out into the rain. It would be raining, and that man timed himself so well. It would be raining, and he would come and chase us out into the rain to go and be clapping there. And we would all stand in the rain clapping. And the pastor would say, we need to think of ourselves as the Israelites. This man is like Pharaoh. And this is how the Israelites struggled before they went to the promised land. Please follow my story. This is how the Israelites struggled. So people would be in the rain, kids would be in the rain. The building opposite the place where it was an incomplete building. So like some mothers would put like a mat on the floor, and sleeping on the mat is not comfortable. Let's be honest with ourselves. On the raw ground, wet ground, so that their kids would at least just have a little bit of shelter to sleep. So that went on for a while. From there, they moved on to another place and they were like, yeah, there are all these evil spirits here. We need to pray. So it was always that thing where it was like, always praying. And then they introduced something called 1 hour with Christ, where you're standing for an hour and you're praying for a whole hour, like you're not moving and you're clapping. And sometimes someone will go into a trance and they'll be like, oh, you guys didn't clap hard enough. Like you were supposed to be number one in heaven today, but you're number two. Then we would clap until our
Number
hands
one
were...
in heaven?
Guys, when I say are you guys laughing? The day I told Tola this story, he laughed until he fell off his chair. And I always say this to people because I have a bigger message, but let me get to what I'm saying. So we would clap, and then this person would be like, yes, now you're number one. And then it would erupt in another round of clapping. And I'm not talking about just like your clap. I'm talking about clapping.
No, of course. For you to be number one in the world,
people are
heaven
like,
is not.
it's so rapturous, like everybody gets pulled into it. That I think as a kid, right? Like you're like, what's going on? You start looking around and you can see that people are really embroiled in this thing. And it went on like this for years. And then there were things like visions where they're like, all the children must be in the choir because if they're not, they will die. So even children that had phlegm coming out of their noses because they were like 1 year old, they were in the choir wearing the choir capes. And every Sunday, the choir capes were not washed. So you'd go back there the next Sunday and all of you were just picking and it would just be like dirty and everything. That was going on the whole time. And the reason they did this was because people were becoming questioning. I want to put it that way, right? Like people were getting to a point where they were like, what exactly is the point of all of this? Like, what are we doing here? When it seems like the light is beginning to shine into people's minds. So to hold people down, they're like, if you take your kid out of the choir, they're going to die. So parents would not want to leave because who wants their kid to die? And they want to hedge. They want to hedge their bets, right? So that's why I'm like, we need to really examine our own understanding of God and not be going through people who obviously might either be mentally unclear, unstable, or have other issues. Anyway, that's not what I'm even trying to get to. So remember, we're going through this journey. Remember, we're going through this journey as the Israelites, in quote, right? We moved out of Pharaoh's house. We got another place. We were there, but now there are all these people with charms, and they were like likened to the old Canaanites who worshipped pagan
Did you people
gods.
ever eat manna? Like, at least the Israelites, there was time they got quail. Like, did you people even have good period?
Biola, when I tell you that living when I did, because I was a teenager, and moving to South Africa and not being under that pressure was the best thing that happened to me at the time it happened, because I would never have questioned anything, right? Like I was a kid and this was church. I would never have asked any questions until I stepped out and I was like, what the hell was that? But that's not even the funny part. So now people are asking about the promised land. He starts to arrange with this one man who works. This man works in the company and he's the bus driver for the company. So he gets to keep the staff bus in his home over the weekend. He started using that man to bring people from his neighborhood to the church with the office bus.
With the office bus? That's just stealing.
So he's driving people in. And then sometimes on Sundays, someone will go into a trance and say, you need to go to the promised land and pray. So now it became a real thing, like, oh my God, this land exists. We all get into this bus, we go to this land, and it's just a vast piece of land, uncleared, untouched. And it's like, this is the land that God has shown us. So people would go there and then they would surround the land and they would pray. The day the police showed up, because it turned out
the owner
that
of the
land
land.
belonged to a
Of course.
politician.
Of course.
The day the rude awakening of this is not your land hit people, it was like, in fact, I think that felt more like Rapture would have than anything else. Because people suddenly realized, like, wait a minute.
Like, they've put in so much into something that is
We're going to this, but again, the story spun. The story spun. This is just
the enemy.
a problem. This is just an issue. Then he started quoting really
Which Bible
rich
character
people.
did he say is this?
He used to call himself the Moses of the church, like he's leading all of these people.
Okay.
And it was it started to get clearer to people where maybe, for example, someone traveled. Like there was this one man, I will use this particular example. He traveled overseas to the UK on a visitor's visa. And the plan then was that his kids were like, maybe they should find a way for him to stay there because he was an old man. So they were trying to work out like what avenues they could use to sort his papers for him. This pastor heard and literally raised a prayer point in the church that people should pray for that man to be deported so that he will not forget the church.
That's witchcraft.
I need you guys. That's why I said I'm not trying to say that there are no good pastors, prophets, apostles out there. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying...
Can we just deal with the elephant in the room before we continue? Can we just deal with the elephant in the room? Your parents are terrible gamblers. That's the one you ended up with.
To this day, we make fun of my parents. Like every time this comes up, and I know my poor mom, I feel like she has very deep regrets about this because she says things like, all the times I could have spent with my kids on weekends, on Saturday mornings, on Friday nights, we had gone to vigil. From vigil, exactly. From vigil, we get home, we're resting, and then Sunday morning, 7:30, 7 o'clock, we're out the house again. And we go, and sometimes you're there until 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. It's not, so like, it's something that is all encompassing. And if you don't know yourself and you don't understand your own relationship with God, you will be swept into people's fantasies and imaginations of what they think is happening. And it's to drive a bigger agenda. This man who's talking about the rapture, he's going to get a lot of followers. He's going to start a YouTube channel. He's going to start making money.
Even when it doesn't happen, you need another story.
Exactly. So that's how they keep you hooked. So when people are always like, oh, I'm like, I have lived in this world. There is nothing you can tell me. My hedge is that I will trust my belief in God directly. I will trust my belief in God that listens, because the things I have seen, I will never forget. I went to this pastor's house, and I think it was also a way for him to keep my parents hooked. And my parents were going somewhere, so they left my brother and I with the pastor and his family just to stay there for the day. And I had just learned how to bake. Right? So this same pastor, and he had like 4 kids. Yes, he had like 4 kids, and like so he lived with his wife, his sister-in-law, and his 4 kids. Like the way that. So it was very crazy. So I had just learned how to bake, and I remember I was like, oh, when we get there, I'm going to bake. So my mom had bought me the butter from home, and I just said, oh, we just need to go buy flour and whatever. And they lived close to a bakery, so it was like you could just go and buy all the stuff. And my parents gave me the money to go. So I go and I show like the daughter how to bake, the one who's my age, like, oh, this is how you make a cake. I baked the cake and everything. And then I served like a quarter of the cake and gave it to the pastor when it was ready. He took a pinch of it and said he doesn't want the rest. And I said, oh, okay, fine. And I offered it to his kids and they refused to eat. So my younger brother and I ate a whole cake by ourselves because nobody wanted to eat the cake with us. When my parents arrived, this man called them into a room and said, oh, you need to know that evil spirits are the ones that are embedded in cakes, and your daughter has been taken up by them. So think of the manipulation and the fear. You're all staring at me like, but that's how people concentrate power in these types of situations.
I understand you. I
That's not
understand you, but
concentrating power.
for me,
How
this
is
is the thing. Do you know my
evil
take? Do you know
spirit?
my take on it?
What is going on
Do you know my
here?
take on this?
No.
This is my take.
That he was
I worry
mentally
about
Let's even
unstable.
you.
That's
say,
what I
let's
thought.
even say it's true.
No.
Let's even say it's true.
It wasn't a
Some
question. It wasn't a question.
cakes
It
have
wasn't
a
a question.
magnet for evil spirits, right? And then he let you and your brother eat it, and he even let you people finish it, so you get the full dose of this. But again,
But how are we making
this is what I will
connections with
say.
cake and
This
evil
is what
cake
I
that
will
was
say
baked in
honestly.
front of you?
And this is
Why? Is it because he didn't like the taste? They didn't make him feel less. What?
No,
Biola,
it's control. It's
wait. Let's
control.
talk
It's
about
control.
this.
It's all about control, and it's about power.
Control.
And
Control
that's why I always say
control is fine. But that means he must have sat there, tasted the cake like you offered him. So it was two things, ne? You either thought about it before you offered him the cake, or you thought about it while he was eating the cake and chose not to continue eating the cake. So my thing is fine. The control is fine. You see how fast his brain is working. It was so before you came, you already had an agenda of how to trap your family closer. So you thought about
exactly
what can I use to do today? No, guys.
Exactly.
And you know the worst part of it now. I'm convinced he's convinced that this is all God, like God is working through him. It's that simple. I'm convinced he's convinced that God is working through him.
So there's the nice thing to say is like the best situation I can give him is he's schizophrenic. Right? Like there's a mental thing. And
exactly.
Don't diagnose people.
Wait.
Don't diagnose people.
No, it might be wrong, but it's a possibility.
I'm saying
it is a possibility.
That he's sincere in what he's saying, and it's based on what he's saying. But what he's saying that's the best I can give him. The rest it is just manipulation. He's just trying to control and manipulate. I'm not trying to.
What about the other people that?
Also,
what about
the other churches? What about the other church that the one that left? Like, how are they doing?
They are doing great.
Are they successful?
They are doing perfect. They are very successful. They are doing great. Do you know what they don't have? Visions of the promised land. Visions of your number one, your number two. You didn't start off clapping well, so you're number three. They don't have that. They are doing. Everybody we know who stayed.
Your folks
everybody
are
we know who stayed there.
Your folks are loyal.
Everybody we know who stayed there is doing great. Like they're doing so well. So you can imagine when you come out at the other side that you're like, what the hell was this journey?
Possible.
No, they are doing good. Like the people we were friends with. No, the people we were friends with that we knew in our family, they're doing great. They're all doing great. The person who broke the spell was this one woman, and I will never forget her, Mrs. Adetayo. It was a Wednesday. We were in church and someone was in trance. And when they're in trance like that, because they fall over and everything, there's always someone who stands behind them. Usually a woman to protect them. Mrs. Adetayo was standing behind this person in the trance. And the person said to her, said in the vision, because they announced the visions to the whole church, except they're like, oh, it's a secret vision for the head of the church only. Then we all start singing and they take the pastor to a corner and God knows what happens there. But, you know, it's all part of the mystery, right? This person in the trance said to Mrs. Adetayo, the spirit is saying that you are going to leave this church and you must not dare do it. Mrs. Adetayo fell on her knees immediately, raised her hand. I would never, ever leave this church. I will die in this church. What will move me out of this church? That was the last day we saw Mrs. Adetayo. She never came back. She's alive. Her 4 kids who she pulled out of the choir are well. Her husband, just to let you know that she had already decided that regardless of what happens, I want to trust myself.
No, but to be fair though, the trans saw something.
No, or the trans heard gossip.
How did the trans know?
The trans might have also heard gossip.
Background.
Yes. The trans, this is what I'm looking for. Information. Also, like, How come
Imagine
how many people are getting
someone in
trans?
a
How many
trance,
people are getting? Is
someone
it
in
like
a trance once
specific type
said,
of people that are getting trans?
yeah, no, they're specific. They call them the prophets or prophetesses. Someone in a trance was trying to see a
Ah,
vision to my mom. And the point of being in the trance is that you've been taken into heaven and you're spiritually there,
And
so
you are
you can see
seeing,
everything and you can
see,
understand. The person
yo,
said, "Oh, to this woman
imagine this
who's
prophet,
listen
no?
to this woman who's sitting here. I can't remember her name, and you're in a trance. What's that supposed to tell us?
No,
That
no,
God
no,
has
no,
forgotten my mother's
guys,
name?
guys, guys, guys. Imagine the how the prophets or the trans people must have felt, though. Like, do they know that they're lying, or are they being convinced that they're also going to heaven? And also, what image of heaven do they have? You know, today I was
These are
actually thinking
complicated
about it, right?
questions.
Like, do you people focus? Like, let's say that you guys are about to pray. There, what image pop into your head when you close your eyes? Do you think about the image of God? Do you think about the cross? Do you think about Jesus Christ? Do you think about your
I
situation?
don't know what they think
Like, what are
about.
you? What's no? Because
I don't know.
I was
I
I
don't know.
was thinking, I clearly can't use the image of Christ that we all know, right? Because that is an image of a blue-eyed white man, not very Middle Eastern, is it? So that's one of the thoughts that just popped into my head. But please, don't let my thoughts ruin your conversation. Continue. I felt like
No,
I'm
that's
no,
all.
being.
Demi, I think
I've just
this
shared
is this
that.
is
I've
my
just shared
closing,
that with
right?
you guys. Yeah,
This is my
sorry.
closing. This is my closing, right? And I would say this, that my prayer to people in general is you don't have the problem or try to seek a solution to something that will make you just believe anything. Because these people, the people who are falling for this, genuinely, there's a hole they are trying to fill, and they feel like this source of information can help fill that hole, and that's why they keep going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And I hope you don't ever get to that situation where you just feel like I can't connect to God directly to solve whatever this thing is. You have to get it, even though it's just keeps. So that's my take, Sha. Because it's people just mostly exploiting
I was
people's
having a
ignorance or problems.
Yeah.
I was having a discussion with people the other
Yeah.
day when they were talking about the Church of the Lazarus Saints in America, the Mormon Church, right? And how is the wealthiest church in the world, and all of the things that the church is quite. If anybody has actually had a deep dive into the history, it's actually quite a fascinating church, and how it came to be and what it is today. I actually really, it's very similar to all of these churches has very similar things. And like they mentioned that they said that the church was a cult. And we got into this whole discussion, like, let's be realistic. What is a cult? And like, aren't most churches cults in a way? And how like it's like this, right? Like, so it's so fascinating because we talked about how like just Biola talking just now about like people not feeling like they don't have a direct connection with God and how they fall into this. But isn't that what it is? That man, the pastor that did just explain, before he even got into the position that he was at your previous church, he has to have some form of charisma. Like he was probably very good at speaking, probably very good at preaching to get to the position
Yeah, of course.
that he is.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's all down to these things. These people have an ability of like, and the more people listen to them, the more
Swaying
that
people.
stroke their ego, the more they exactly the more. And so it's all fascinating to me how like these little things in life just kind of fall
True.
into each other.
Ayo, you're
But
right.
anyways,
I
people,
just you just
the
highlighted
rapture is
something for
the
me.
rapture is
Ayo.
coming.
You highlighted something for
Continue.
me because I've also kind of been on the other side. My brother is a pastor, right? And there are some people who take, like, they are just waiting for the word of the pastor. They don't want to make any decisions without pastor's input. In fact, they go as far as worshiping the pastor. They want to do his laundry. They want to do everything for him. And if you are not someone who is on, like, let's use the word touching grass, just trying to be normal, eventually you may start believing that you are super. And then you can't be normal. You have to do spooky things to maintain that relationship, because if you are not spooky enough, then they will probably feel maybe you're losing touch. Let me find another person. So that feeling of
You will also
being
feel left
special, you
out.
always want to maintain it. So yeah,
Exactly.
it's a very.
I'm sure
My
that
thing
Dee
to
clapped a
people
lot
is
during her
just
time there. I'm sure that Dee clapped a lot. She was probably first or second, like
no.
even though they were number one, but individually also there was a ranking.
My thing to people, because you guys can see I'm not feeling well, but I've shared that with people because I think sometimes when people meet me and they don't meet like overly like someone who speaks Christianese, right? They assume that, oh no, it's just I need to tell her more about Christ, and I'm like, there's nothing you can tell me. I'm okay.
We
I
know more. We
understand,
know
and I
whatever.
know it's not even about knowing more than anybody, but I'm comfortable and confident with what I know. And
Your
I
relationship
refuse
with
to be
God.
subject to someone's fantasies, ideologies, or thirst for power. And that is what I see playing out with things like this, where someone's like, the rapture is coming, this is happening, the calendar is changing. They are all pursuing power, either that or
Or
they are
influence.
mentally not okay, and everybody's just going along with them. Because look at us, we were going to clap on someone else's land. We could have all been arrested. We could have all been arrested.
You could have just
My
said you
mother
were praying for
worked
prosperity
for
for
the
his land.
federal government. My mother an important official. She could have been in jail, explaining why she was clapping on a land she didn't even know anything about. That's how bad it can get. So
She would have begged.
Let's
She would have begged.
let's call it here.
Ejo.
Let's call it here. Please, if you have any church stories, it reminds me of somebody
And
that also left the church and now turned her back on the whole of Christianity because of church. And these people are doing a lot of damage. But anyway, that's not our topic today. Our topic was rapture. I hope you all were captivated and you were raptured away with us in our discussion. Please like and subscribe. Tell us your rapture story. If you did, obviously this will come out
where were
after the
you?
rapture.
No.
And if
Where were
you had not
when the
gone,
rapture was supposed to happen?
clearly you are a sinner
Yeah.
and you need to ask for forgiveness and survive World War III. That's your only hope. But if you did survive, like the rest of us, we will also be here. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. But we will join you. Tell us your experience. If you did prepare and you didn't go, let us know.